we have this big news from ABC. Judge rejects call to immediately shut down Alex Jones's InfoWars and bankruptcy dispute. You may have seen over the weekend Alex Jones giving a heartfelt plea saying the feds were trying to come in, shut down InfoWars, seize his assets, liquidate everything, and it would be no more. Well, ABC News reports after a weekend in which conspiracy theorist Alex Jones, they got to add that, warned that his media company faced an imminent shutdown by the federal government because of his bankruptcy cases. A judge on Monday allowed Jones to keep operating for the next 2 weeks while it is decided whether his assets should be liquidated. Both Jones and his company, Free Speech Systems, filed for bankruptcy reorganization after he lost two lawsuits and was ordered to pay $1.5 billion to relatives of victims of the Sandy Hook shooting. They sued Jones, we know. The families have opposed Jones's reorganization plans. On Sunday, they filed an emergency motion to convert Free Speech Systems' bankruptcy reorganization into a liquidation, saying Jones has not made progress in showing how he will pay the lawsuit judgments. U.S. Bankruptcy Judge Christopher Lopez in Houston said Monday that he will address the motion on June 14th. Jones went on his web show over the weekend with an emergency broadcast. Now, here's what I will say. It makes no sense if you want someone to pay you to shut down their multi-million-dollar business.
But it makes perfect sense if the entire purpose of your lawsuit
was to destroy Alex Jones.
Was to destroy him and silence his voice. This lawsuit is one of the great travesties of non-criminal law in my entire life.
Ron, do you think that this kind of set the stage for what they did with Trump?
No, I think this is on a separate track. I agree with you that if they could have cooked up something like this, they would have. But this is.
But this is what they did to Trump in the civil fraud case with his properties.
Yeah, but not in the sense of shutting down his voice. I mean, they want Alex Jones. I mean,
you can't silence Alex Jones.
He is a force of nature.
Right.
There's no question about that.
If they took everything from him, he'd go buy an iPhone, put it on a tripod in a parking lot, and his show is back on the air.
But to be fair, if I would have told you a year ago that Tucker Carlson would be as little of an impact in the conversation as he is now, would you have been surprised to hear me say that? I think everyone thought he would roll out his own thing without Fox. And it would be like Timcast Plus, Timcast with a bow tie.
I'd say 50-50. The issue being that we've long tracked the ratings for like Tucker and for other cable networks and ragged on CNN. And we've pointed out Tucker's key demo viewership was 400,000 on average. They would say he gets 3 million per night, but those were 65 plus. When he moves off of out of Fox and into social media, his ratings should follow with where those demographics are. So you will capture some of the older crowd, but mostly it's going to be millennials. His viewership should remain steady at about 400K per night.
But also, where's the content? Where's the content? It's sporadic. Nobody knows. Like he's just not part of the conversation.
He is influential. I mean, I think about like the Vladimir Putin interview. He really does set the tone for a lot of things. It doesn't. I get what you're saying. Like he moved off of this platform where people were expecting him to be, and it's maybe not exactly the same force, but people still look to Tucker for his opinion. I think he also shifted people. He was able to convert to a paywall system because people wanted his content.
Yeah, he's probably making more.
Well, he's making what he was making before. Fox continues to pay him.
Wait, Fox is still paying Tucker?
Yes. The reason he's not on the air is because under his contract, they have to pay him. They don't have to air him.
Right. But I thought he was in dispute because he also wasn't allowed to produce content outside of the Fox network as well.
Right.
So they're still paying his salary, plus he's got TCN?
My understanding is that they are still paying him.
Wow.
Because if they stop paying him, then he can say, you've breached the contract. Oh, you think I breached it first? Fine, let's fight that out. But now I've got a free hand.
You know, Alex Jones's influence before they mass banned him was tremendous. I was in Sweden in 2017 when I was covering the migrant thing, and I went to a Thai food restaurant, and this was I think it was in Södertälje, and there were 3 young Swedish men sitting behind us, and then I hear them laughing, and it's Alex Jones. And then I look over, and it's a video of Alex Jones ranting, and he rips his shirt off, and they were all laughing, and I'm like, Alex Jones is like, they love him. It's like WWE. It's these kids were watching him. They got rid of him from everything. He still has massive viewership, but holy crap. What was he? He was getting hundreds of millions of hits per month. The amount of money he was making was absolutely insane. I wonder what he did with it. I don't know. But I'll tell you this. If they seize everything from him, InfoWars as we know it will not exist.
Of course.
Alex Jones will still be able to have some kind of show. He will still be rich, and he'll be rich for the rest of his life. But they are trying to destroy what is left of his infrastructure. If they were to seize everything from him, and then he literally just bought, because he easily would be able to. Let's say they took every penny and all of his clothing, and they made him wear a potato sack. It would take him 2 seconds. Somebody he knows would instantly be like, Alex Jones, I'm going to film a video for you real quick and post it on X. And it would say, hey, everybody, pitch in to buy Alex Jones a new suit, get him a computer. He'd have $200,000 in 10 minutes. He'd then set up a computer, set up his show. His viewers would, and I'd be willing to bet his viewership would actually spike massively in the short term because everyone's wanting to see what happened. He would immediately sign up a whole bunch of new members to his new company, and you can't shut down a person like Alex Jones because people want to watch him.
And I think InfoWars has done well in developing other people. Like Alex Jones is at the head, but I think of Owen Shroyer. Like when he had to go to jail because of his involvement in January 6th, it was a big deal. I think it was something that people were saying, well, where do I find this guy? Oh, he's on InfoWars. Oh, well, I thought InfoWars was just Alex Jones, and it's not. I mean, and the latest update with that was that the Supreme Court just rejected his First Amendment petition. He was saying you need to overturn my case. And I think it's interesting that there is sort of, this thing that Alex Jones has built has become this really representation of controversial free speech opinions, coupled with people who are really tenacious and trying to push forward. Like, you don't have to agree with everything that's there. At the same time, why are they being scrutinized in a way that other media companies are not?
Alex gave him a weapon. It was one that should not have been allowed to be turned on him in this manner because it's irresponsible and hurtful and stupid and nutty as it was. It's not defamation.
But
Ain't defamation.
Right. Well, you say he gave him a weapon, but my understanding is that I could be wrong because I don't know. In Texas, what Alex was saying is you have to specifically name the individuals to have defamed them, and by making broad generalizations about a group, it's not defamation.
No, that's true. I'm saying he gave him a weapon by saying these crazy things.
Yeah.
Legally speaking, this is not defamation. There simply is no defamation. This is, you might have some kind of tort.
But right.
But it isn't a defamation.
What I mean is to say then that that's giving a weapon. That's to say
a weapon, not a legal weapon.
I know what you're saying.
They turned it into a.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
The point being, then, if you're calling it Alex giving them a weapon, then the only thing Alex can do is not speak about certain topics because even though he did nothing wrong, they will turn it against him.
Yeah.
But that's not a path forward anyone could take.
Right. That's right. Listen. The story. His story has not yet been written. There's more to come. I'm sure of it.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll see in 2 weeks what his plan is going to be.
What do you think this type of lawsuit says to the American people? Because it has been going on for a long time. The Sandy Hook shooting was in 2012.
Yep.
It's been sort of a slow roll, but also really seems
social order's gone.
They haven't had the power.
Social order has broken down a long time ago. What does this say? The first thing we saw was the coordination between all of the major tech companies to silence not just Alex Jones, but several others, including Milo Yiannopoulos, Paul Joseph Watson, others. Then you get this lawsuit. Now we're at the stage where they're literally going to put Trump in jail. They've convicted him on this ridiculous fake case that even CNN said was fake. I will stress this. I will every single time. Fareed Zakaria said that they would have never brought this case against someone whose name was not Donald Trump. When Fareed Zakaria is on CNN primetime, I think it was primetime, saying this is not legitimate, I think it's clear to the average person watching what's going on, the system is gone. I guess the issue is you get to a point where when the majority of people in a country don't want to be involved, this is where you end up. All that is required for evil to triumph is that good men do nothing. And it's not about today. It's not a question of today, because today we're seeing a lot of good men start to stand up and get involved, especially people who are younger, who are now aging into a corrupt system, wanting to be involved. What I'm saying is that probably 2 generations ago, you had adults who said, don't talk about politics at the dinner table. And that was the beginning. Don't talk about politics at the dinner table. Well, the communists didn't think so. The communists said, while they're not talking, get to their kids, infiltrate their schools. And now we're at a point where what was once a dominant Christian nation has allowed abject corruption and degeneracy to run wild. And it is because, in my opinion, over the past several generations, too many men said, do not talk politics, do not talk religion, do not talk money. Those are the rules, they say.
But also too many Christians said, do not judge.
But the reality of that is it's a derivative of just, I don't want to be involved.
Thanks for watching this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to check out the live show Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. on this channel. Subscribe and we'll see you all there.